In this episode, we're going to talk about the Canon 1DX Mark II and if you should buy one or not in 2018/19. Let's roll that intro. I would not wait. I would get this camera. Hey guys, welcome to this exciting episode. I'm sure that many of you have been in the same position where you are on the fence regarding the 1DX Mark II. Maybe because you are thinking of getting a video camera like the C200, C300, Panasonic. And I'm gonna help you out and tell you what made me decide to go for the beautiful 1DX Mark II, which I am filming this on, by the way. Now, this is not a scientific review. I'm not gonna go into details regarding blah, 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 blah. Some things I will get into detail with, which I think is important for filmmakers especially, which is the bitrate of this little beast. Now, I was in the position where I wanted to get myself a new camera. I wanted to have a full frame camera, and with full frame you get this fantastic depth of field which you don't get as much with a cropped sensor. I mean, the depth of field is so much more cinematic that I know for sure that I would never go back to a cropped sensor camera. I was not used to owning a full frame camera. It blew my mind to have one at home. You just want to shoot more, you want to create more. It makes it easier for you. It's more light sensitive. I've been shooting stuff at dusk and dawn, scary sounding, inside restaurants and nightclubs. But this camera handled that pretty well. I even shot it in 120 frames per second inside a nightclub, and the client just, I mean, wow, I could not have done that with any other cameras that I have on. I also wanted to have a camera that could do slow motion. And not only 50 or 60p, I wanted to go at least 100. I used to have Canons before, switched to Sony because of their autofocus capabilities, but never liked the color science. So I missed my Canon. I could shoot log with my Sonys, but I can't on the 1DX Mark II. However, the color science is so good that I don't miss shooting in log. Most of the times I am in a controlled lighting situation, like now. I film in many studios. Again, I can control that. I don't have the dynamic range which I could have had with a camera that shoots log. Everyone was expecting 1DX Mark II to be updated with a log profile, but it never came. Maybe one day, let's hope. Then the question came, should I get myself a proper video camera like the Canon C200 or C300? The C300 was a little bit out of my range at the moment. The C200 was cool, fun, you can C-log on it, but I couldn't take pictures with it, which is really something that I need for my work, because I take still pictures and I mainly make videos. I didn't want to buy the C200 and another camera to take pictures with. I wanted to have a hybrid camera. It can shoot 4K in 60p, as you know, 1080 in 120 frames per second, but the very important thing here is that the megabits per second is as high as 800, which is enormous. It's just insane. I remember my first Canon was filming, I think it was 20 megabits per second. What? So the picture quality you get is just insane. In addition to shooting beautiful slow motion in 120 frames per second, it also does 16 frames per second still pictures. It's so fast, man. Whoa. The battery life is fantastic. It's huge. Can't pull it out because I'm filming with it right now. I'm going to put up a picture. Bing. It lasts forever. It feels good in your hand. It's got two buttons on it. One on the top, one at the bottom, so when you turn it, it's still at the top, which is very good if you take still pictures. And another good thing about this camera is that this beast is weather sealed. That doesn't necessarily mean you can drop it in the water like a GoPro, but it helps, especially, I mean, I've been using this camera for traveling quite a bit, and I have been in places where it started raining. The camera got soaking wet. I've also got a weatherproof lens on it, which is not Canon. I will tell you in the next episode my go-to lens. But I was not worried because I knew that it is weather sealed, so it can take quite a lot of water there. Now, if you use the Canon L series, they are also weather sealed, so that you can put them on the 1DX Mark II, boom, starts raining, thundering. You don't care because they are weather sealed. And another reason why I switched back to Canon was the menus. The Canon menus are intuitive, they are easy to switch. For example, frame rate, there's a lot of shortcuts you can personalize, because there are just some cameras that the menus are like you have to go through like deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into a sub menu before you get to the change frame rate section. One drawback though is that this beast is heavy, like, especially if you have a heavy lens on it. But you know what, it's worth it. The good thing about the camera and the lens eventually being heavy is that it becomes more stable. And another thing that was like, oh, holding me back, that was the CFast cards. The CFast 2.0 are very, very expensive. You have some companies that make very expensive cards and you have cheaper ones. I investigated a bit and took my chance on one of them. So suddenly we're not talking about $600-700 extra for the CFast, but you know, a couple of hundred, $250. I could live with that. The camera is quite expensive. It is actually very expensive. It came out at $6,000 US, but you can find it at a reduced price, not necessarily an offer, but I've seen on B&H that there's like a $500 discount, which is quite a lot of money. You can get yourself a CFast 2 card for that. Extra battery, that's a lot of money, man. Also check out Amazon. I'm gonna put the links down below, and also let me know if there are any good offers. I'm sure that more viewers would appreciate if you'd let them know that they might save $500, but it only lasts until blah day. If you have clients or if you have a source of income through YouTube, affiliate marketing or stuff like that, where you actually already generate money, I would not wait. I would get this camera. Of course, this is not a beginner's camera because of the price range, but the workflow, the files are very much compatible with Premiere Pro or DaVinci Resolve, and the speed it takes me to export it from the camera into the computer and then start editing is very fast. Very little color correction needed, as I am not filming in log, but I feel that their color science is so good, especially when it comes to the red, like oranges, the skin tones and stuff like that. Oh, the camera is so good. So let's sum it up. What's this camera for? Who is it for? YouTubers that want to create extra good content, knows how to use the camera, but wants to stand out a bit from the crowd. 2. Smaller productions, medium-sized productions, maybe there's a reduced team there, you don't want to pay those extra $100 for a focus puller. Since this autofocus is so good, you might not even need it. 3. Anyway guys, thank you so much for listening to me and my advice. I hope you got some advice from this though. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Really appreciate that. Or smash it if that's something you're into. That's like a 2018 thing. Smash it if you're into that stuff. I wonder what's gonna happen in 2019. If you're not already, please subscribe to my channel. I'm gonna pump out tutorials for Premiere Pro, After Effects. I'm also gonna have some tips and tricks about filmmaking and photography. I'm looking so much forward to that, guys, to share my 10 years of experience. And if you want to know which equipment I use, you can check out the links below. And guys, if you have any questions, please write me a comment below. I will answer them for sure, I promise you that. So until next time, that's Paul signing off. Arrivederci. I don't know why I spoke Italian, so it makes absolutely no sense. It's insane. Focus. Yeah.